Hey, friends, foes, and everyone in between. It is your favorite podcast host coming to you live from the podcast studio. This is not just like a talk show where we just talk about news or politics or comedy. We mix them all together. It's not Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Ellen, Jimmy Oprah, none of the Jimmys you see on mainstream TV. That gives us the ability to cover all topics. You're watching The Right Show. It comes to you almost every week. Although I've been extremely busy setting up a new business, plus running a live comedy tour, plus private events, charity events, nonprofit events, and I even did a wedding last weekend in Las Vegas, Nevada. Actually, it was in Reno, Nevada. Sometimes I get the two confused. So that was a beautiful wedding on a penthouse suite in the Peppermill Casino. Very fun, overlooking perfect weather. So hopefully you're celebrating. Sometimes I wear a suit. But this is great weather. This is summertime, so I am dressed in my summer casual gear. Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to talk about Black graduations gone wild. You've seen the videos. We compile them here. We also have people running through walls, literally, to see what's on the other side. And the Chinese will do just about anything. Maybe we should adopt some of their traditions. I think you're going to like what I show you in a few minutes. So welcome, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Xers, Instagrammers, and everyone in between. 138 episodes. 138. And of course, we have now 469,000 followers on YouTube, 235,000 on Facebook, and 160,000 on Instagram. So it's growing. 4th of July is almost here. So we're going to be a support group for normal people. Can you believe it? The 4th of July. It feels like the year just started. 4th of July is well past the middle of the year. We're on the home stretch, folks. Where'd the year go? Taxes are going to be due soon. Man. Okay, I want to know, where are you from and what's the worst university in the USA? Please put it in the comments. I want to know worst university. Now, for me personally, I could say Auburn because they gave me a show, then took it away because some protesters were like, we don't feel comfortable with this comedy on our campus. Or SUNY Plattsburgh. I mean, how many people want to go to Plattsburgh? I wanted to go. 5 radical leftist students go into the principal's office. Don't bring him, dean of admissions, because we feel like we're under attack. Yeah, I was going to come make fun of you. That's what comedians do. So anyways, they had to pay me and I didn't even have to show up. That was kind of cool. But that's what's going on out there. So let's catch up with some of you guys in the comments. Deb, giving a shout out. I was just thinking about you yesterday, wondering why I haven't seen you. You know, it's a great question. I've been setting up a brand new business, which I'll share with you guys soon. But with that business and then the comedy touring and then the private events and then just playing with the pup, enjoying summer, taking a breather. Andres Wong has the right answer here. Harvard. Great answer, because Harvard is currently in a huge fight with the Trump administration because they're pushing anti-Israel. They're pushing racism. They're pushing separate graduations for the Black people and Hispanic people. Heaven forbid there was ever a white graduation where we celebrate being European. No Blacks allowed. No Asians allowed. Oh, could you imagine the amount of protests, riots? I mean, houses would be burned to the ground. People would be shouting and screaming. So everyone, if you leave a comment, I'm going to try to highlight you on the whole episode. They're going to pop up, but it's time to dig in, get into this show. So here we go. The first video I have for you, a lot of fun. China. Okay, we're going to talk about China. I saw this video. It's very cute. This is what China does when a new baby is born and they want to bless the baby. You have a big family dinner. You put the baby on the lazy Susan in the middle, and it looks like this. I ain't even gonna lie. I want to be a Chinese baby right now. These bills are piling up. You got the cell phone bill, the mortgage, the heating, the gas, electrical, the Wi-Fi. I just want to be on a lazy Susan like, yo, just shower me. I guess that's kind of what white girls do, you know, and Latinas and those Black girls when they go to the club. They get on a pole and just go around and around and say, throw me your dollars, hey. but I think that'd be a little more appropriate if I just laid on the dinner table and just got my dough, baby. So put in the comments, do you want to be a Chinese baby? I know I do. That looks amazing. So that baby, it turns out, made $3,000, just one loop around that dinner table. Probably had some good dumplings to go with it. Now, not all Chinese are doing well. This guy in China was so mad at his girlfriend, he decided to bail on her. Now, we've all wanted to run out of the room. We've all thought, man, I should just jump out that window. This guy did it. How many of you were like me? You saw the guy run and jump through the window. You go, oh my gosh. You're thinking Nagasaki Towers or whatever that was from Die Hard Part 3. No, that was not the Nagatomi Plaza. That was the first floor of a Motel 6. So he did the Wong move there. Absolutely. Now, Sandy Wu comes in here. I am a Chinese baby. I see that. She is definitely paid very well. You can tell when she comes to the comedy shows. Always a new Gucci, Prada, YSL purse. Fantastic. I will change a Lazy Susan to a Lazy River as I go by. Throw the light gifts at me. All right, so you want more gifts. You want things that can float downstream. I like that. All right, now, this was a very serious thing that we need to discuss. None other than, well, Black graduation. But before we get into that, I want to show you, it's not just Chinese that are running through walls. Wait till you see what a group of teens have decided to do for fun. It's the Kool-Aid challenge. If you never heard of the Kool-Aid challenge, hey, pff, these people look for weak fences and see if they can full speed run through it. Now, they don't know if there's barbed wire on the other side, support beam, metal post, Rottweiler, but they risk their life for the Kool-Aid challenge. Would you try this?
We found lots of examples of knucklehead teens charging full speed into fences. These youngsters ran into the fence in unison, resulting in thousands of dollars in damages.
I was just in shock because, once again, like, these kids ran through the fence. They fled the scene. But, like, are the kids even okay?
I love the sound effect, that perfect crunching sound. Like, how could every one of those fences have the same crunching sound? Somebody must have edited that video. Please let me know what you think in the comments. Would you try the Kool-Aid challenge back when you were a teen? Was that something you would get yourself into? I want to know. I got into a lot of bad stuff, but running full speed through a wall, it's like, sounds like something my mom would have said. If your friends ran through a wall, would you do it? Well, now we know. Now we know the answer. 2025. The answer is yes. The kids will do it. Now, to make people behave better in neighborhoods, there is no end to what people will try. If you have OCD, you are not going to like this. But one city is painting squiggles on the roads in order to A, mess up the auto taxis, and B, make drivers have to slow down. Look at this.
I think it's an eyesore. I think it's ridiculous.
I think it's awkward. It's weird. I'm not used to it.
Neighbors agree that speeding is a big problem on Grays Lane. Many also agree this new street design wasn't the best way to address it. The yellow and white curved lines that run along 2 blocks of the road were painted on Friday. A Facebook post from the police department says signage along with safety devices called delineators will follow. Most drivers we saw stayed within the lines, but not everybody. Mike DiLorenzo, who lives nearby, says the neighborhood wasn't given a heads up about the police department's plans.
They were literally out here yesterday and just put it up, and people coming out of their houses, what's going on? What's going on? So, and that's how we found out.
Montgomery Township Police addressed community complaints in a follow-up Facebook comment saying the new measure was discussed at length with township experts, adding in part, quote, our highway safety officers and traffic engineers have determined that this is the best course of action for the area to ensure the safety of local residents.
I think speed bumps would have gone a lot further as far as slowing people down on this road in particular.
Put the money into something else, figure out another solution.
But if it works, it works.
Doesn't work. I can't do it. My OCD kick in. I am not doing this. I am straight lining it, brother. Boom, right through the middle. And your robo-taxi, your autonomous vehicle is not going to do that. They're going to get a lot of DUIs. They're going to be pulling over soccer moms, anyone that's driving and not doing that thing right and going, you under the influence? I'm under the influence of poor paint jobs. That's what I am. So my heart goes out to you in those communities, and I hope you get a speed bump. We already have the speed bump. We didn't need this new DEI paint job. Let's see what you guys have to say in the comments. That was ridiculous. Can't be good for your car. I know you're going to wear out your tires, your shocks. Okay. We got Lady Crystal saying, I can't believe you're on here. Hi. Well, hello there. That's why we're here. Black metal matters. All I'm saying is kids weren't crashing through fences before the clot shot came out. The Fauci. Ouchie. Deb Fozzie. Hey, at least they're doing something together. That is a great point. At least the kids are doing something together and they're not on their iPhones for that moment. Unless some of them are double duty. I've crashed through a fence before while on my iPhone. Very important text I had to get back to. Andres Wong. That's my line. All right, let's keep it moving. Positive discharge under the influence of reality. All right, it's time to get into the main topic here. You might have seen the title of this whole week's episode. Black graduations are out of control. Blacks gone wild. When it comes to graduation, they are just challenged. Let's take a look at what this black student decided to do when getting a diploma. The most regal time, the most honorary time of their lives.
In Tate.
Now, we know it's not a black thing because the guy holding the diploma was black. He said, no, you go back and do it less black. You come back the right way, and here you go. So this wasn't happening. No stanky leg. You go wash your leg off, get the stank off, and you just get your diploma and walk. This way you can get a job one day. And if that wasn't enough, look what this group of students decided to do. It wasn't just one, the whole school. So, you know, you're supposed to get your diploma. It's supposed to be an honorary occasion. And here goes with the back flips, the front flips. And people say, Kayvon, you're such an old man. You're a fuddy-duddy. They can celebrate. They worked hard. They deserved it. That's what the after party's for. The graduation is, this is us putting our best foot forward. Yeah. Then the after party, you go make all these stupid mistakes. You dance, you jump around. And there is a safety element to this. You can't be just jumping around, flipping around, because we need order. Everyone needs to be on the same page. I want you to see very closely. Don't look away. Don't blink. See what happens when one person wants to celebrate and dance in their own way and no one else knows it's coming. The danger is real. It looks like she just graduated from WWE University. If you smell what the graduate with a DEI degree is cooking. So there are real dangers to this stuff. That girl ended up in the hospital. She fractured her neck in 2 places. She's going to sue the school. The school's going to try to sue this guy. This guy has $400,000 in student debt. So everyone's going to have to pay the price for one person's messed up backflip. Unbelievable. Catch up in the comments to see what you guys have to say about it, because it just makes you want to shake your head. I prefer the flips as long as they stop shoplifting. Good point. Didn't even think of that. Now, we have our final interesting video of the day. And I think you're going to want to know a little bit about why I chose this one. We love our troops. We love our soldiers. Anyone who's willing to put on that uniform and risk their life to represent the good old USA deserves respect. However, we are not all equal. For instance, if I don't have the right eyesight, I cannot fly in the Air Force as a pilot. That's what I wanted to do. Took an eye test, didn't qualify for fighter pilot. That is not, we're all equal. That is discriminatory, and that is what you should do. If someone cannot pass the swimming test, they cannot be a Navy SEAL. If someone cannot pass the arms marksmanship test, they should not be a sniper. So, if someone can't lift their weight, they shouldn't be in the military. Here, we have a DEI military program. Bunch of women told that they're equally as strong as men. They passed the minimum qualification, and when one of their soldiers had fallen, they couldn't even carry the casket as a team, let alone in the middle of battle if your fellow soldier goes down. You tell me these women are going to drag Big Bubba out of harm's way? I don't think so. Take a look at these DEI soldiers trying to lift the casket as a team. Hey, we're just lucky they didn't let it fall one way. The lid opens and the body rolls right out. I've seen that before in a couple comedy films. But there you go. That's 6 women lifting, struggling. A couple of civilians came, said, I'll help you. You want to help as a gentleman, but these are the nation's best, finest, brightest, strongest, the first line of defense, the last line of defense. That's a no-go for me. What do you think? Put it in the comments. I thought that struggle was clownish. That's why we have the clown music with it. All right, you've made it to the end of the Right Show. Now I want to tell you some upcoming tour dates, okay? This tour is going crazy right now. Here's where I'm going to be. Wisconsin this weekend, Carlsbad, Ontario, and Burbank. I'm going to be in a place known as Calgary, Canada, and Carson City. If any of those cities you have any friends, family, enemies, send them to my show, kvon.tv. That's the website, or k-voncomedy.com. If I didn't name a city you live in, go on the website, look for one, or put on your own private event. But I'm telling you, the SoCal tour, Ontario, Carlsbad, Burbank, so fun. And then the Carson City and the Calgary, going to Canada. Can't wait. Oh, Canada. We're going to see if they want to be the 51st state. Now, we always end this with a comedy clip to rinse ourselves and detox from all the poison we just saw, infecting our communities, our nation, and our lives. So let's end with a comedy clip. This is a good old favorite. I post one every Monday on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. So subscribe right there and get ready to laugh. Here is People Not Believing I'm Persian.
I always get cornered by the nicest Middle Eastern ladies after the show. You said you're Persian. Are you Lily Persian? Lily, are you Lily? Lily, are you? La 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 la. Are you Lily? I'm like, who is Lily? What are we talking about? Are you Lily Persian? You say your father is Persian. Are you Lily? Yeah, I'm Lily Persian. You don't seem Persian to me. I'm like, that's because I use cologne responsibly. Thank you for noticing.
That's right. 2 sprays, not 2 bottles, my friend. All right, we just told you the truth through comedy, whether you like it or not. If it offended you, that's too bad. We're waking America up with laughter. We're going on tour doing it live. We get behind the computer desk. We do it online for people that can't get out of their homes, can't travel, can't leave. This goes to other countries. We had a blast and we love you. So put your comment. I'm going to post it. So after this show is over, we're still going to be able to read what each other's saying, have a little fun there. And I'll see you next week. Give this show 5 stars, then we'll keep it going. Peace.
Thank you.